Hello, hello. Hi, Mabry. First student in the house. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 5 o'clock live with me, your girl, Kimberly. I'm going to say hello as you good guys clock in. Go ahead and put your name, campus, and the time if you don't mind. Hi, Carmen Pacheco. Hi, Lindy. Hi, Ava. So good to see you guys again today. Um, Yes, Gracie's in the house. Taylor Campbell, Cassie Graff, Joelle Askelson, Melissa Woodall. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Aubrey. Miss you guys. Miss all of you. So hopefully you guys are having a really wonderful day. Today is the 23rd, closer to the end of the month. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys in person very soon. Keeping my hopes up. You guys know what to do. Go ahead, clock in. Angelica Cabrera, Amber Crum, Alina Frias, Allison Cypress. Hi, Allison. Hi, Miranda Hobbs. April Grant. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Brenna. Sam Slattish, Lauren Rivera, Julia Bennett, Jennifer Orr. Love seeing y'all's little pictures and your little names up there. So just keep on clocking in right now. I don't have an essential oil. I totally forgot. I did peppermint earlier, but then I was just like, okay, got busy doing other stuff. Um, so right now would be a good time to grab pen and paper to write down a few little notes. You should have gotten a an email from Katie, a worksheet, but it's kind of like a little information that's extra. And some of it has some information like the pH of certain things. So, hi, Marie. Hi, Chandler. Hey, Miles. So, if you want to go ahead and grab that, if you don't have that, just grab pen and paper. I'm going to try to um, keep you guys as short and sweet on notes. Remember, shorthand notes. I have a lot of information for you today, so we're going to be taking notes. All right. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Tabitha. Marisol Perez. Yes, Melissa, it's so beautiful. Like outside, as soon as I'm done, I'm going outside after this. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to hang outside. It's gorgeous. All right. Aubrey, it's a worksheet from yesterday. Maybe you got it today, but it's over the pH scale. This is a chemistry chapter, so you guys are going to be learning chemistry. Yes. Oh, Jay is in the house. Jeremy, Lauren Garbedian. All right. For this class, this is just a compilation of notes, but you will be turning in a worksheet, but this will be part of it. You won't turn this particular part in per se, but there will be information that you'll have to answer the questions to. Tabitha just spent $400 at the girl. $400? Are you rich? Hey, Destiny. Hey, you guys. Man, I guess that makes sense. I guess you go with a purpose now. Like, plus you have a family, so yeah, that's about that's about the dollar amount you spend for. That's right. I forgot. I go and I'm just like $180. What the heck did I get? But then I realized Tabitha's like my dad made the list. Well, now you got to go with a purpose to the grocery store. If you expect right now to go to the grocery store and get everything you want in one place, it's still, they're working on it, but it's still kind of a hustle. Jennifer Orr spent $600. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Gracie's saying she did too. Wow. Man. Went to Target for like two things, spent $300. Lord. Ah. Yes. All right. So it's 5:05. We're going to go ahead and get you guys timed in. While you're doing that, I want to show you or present to you my sweet little pH scale. So if you guys, I'm going to just hang this up really fast. I'm going to hold it up first. or maybe not even hang it up. But I did a little pH scale for those of you that aren't real well versed in chemistry. I was not a chemistry major. Chemistry was probably one of the hardest subjects I've ever learned, so I really, really wanted to learn it. A lot of people think, how does chemistry relate to what I do? It has a lot to do with what you do. So just want to show you my little pH scale right there. Proud of it. I worked pretty hard on it. So for those of you that want to draw your own, you may do so. You should remember 7 is your neutral. Okay, so you've got your alkalinity side and you've got your acidity side. And notice in the arrows where they're pointing, okay, and that makes a lot of sense. Those of you that were chemistry nerds, you know what this means. So this is going to be kind of a table for you to follow whenever you're dealing with color or chemicals or acetone, even skincare. You have to know the pH. So down here I've labeled the pH of hair, skin, and nails is 4.5 to 5.5. That's something you're going to hear a lot at Baldwin Beauty Schools because that's a state board question. And then we're going to be talking about shampoos and conditioners and rinses. And those have a pH of 5 to 7. So 5.0 to 7. So hopefully y'all like my little pH scale. You can draw your own. This one just was kind of fun. It kind of relaxed me a little bit to draw it. All right. So what I like to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up my board. Those of you that haven't already done so, please grab pen and paper. We're going to do these notes quick and painless like we always do. I'm going to set up my little classroom right now. And I've got this, so I have to do the board long way, so I had to improvise a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to push all the way back. This a little more forward. There we go. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay and see my big handwriting. I'm going to try to write as neat and as large as I can because I know that sometimes writing on the board notes. But this kind of reminds me of being back at school, so I really don't mind doing it. I actually enjoy it a little bit because it kind of feels like home, you know? Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about, and I'm not going to write a bunch of words. You guys can just keep up. I'm going to talk about what pH means. Anybody know? You guys tell me, what does pH stand for? Are we turning them in? Not this particular notes, but there is a worksheet that's going to correlate with this. So you could just take the notes and then transpose it to the worksheet. Okay? All right. pH, what does it mean? Potential hydrogen. Very good. For those of you that aren't, like, I'm not a complete nerd, but I know a little bit of something. All right. Your potential hydrogen is something that you're going to learn as you go through your course. And you're going to understand why there is a need to learn it. Okay, so a pH scale is what we're going to talk about, and that's what I just showed you. It's what we use to measure acidity or alkalinity. So we're going to say pH scale used to measure. Why do we need to measure acidity or alkalinity? I'm just going to put acid and alkaline. We have to know the pH of what's in something that we put on our skin or our nails or our hair, because our hair, skin, and nails is on the acidic side, so it's got a lower pH than some of the products we use. We know that products such as acetone that have a higher pH, that are more caustic, are going to be more damaging to the skin. And then we know that acidic products sometimes can be a little bit gentler, but depending on what kind of acidity it contains. Okay, so you have your potential hydrogen. That's what pH means. pH scale is used to measure acid and alkaline. Okay, pH scale was invented in 1909 by a Danish biochemist named Søren Sørensen. Fun fact, Søren Sørensen, same first name, almost same last name. All right, so your pH scale, we talked about acid and alkaline. So let's talk about acid. And what you have to know is acid is not necessarily safer for your hair. So acid is a substance that increases the concentration of hydrogen ions when placed in water because it donates or releases H positive ions. So we're just going to write acid is a substance that increases the concentration of hydrogen. So substance that increases concentration of ions. So according to your pH scale, you have negative ions and positive ions. Okay, the negative ions are going to be on the alkaline side of the scale. So that's going to be 8 to 14. The more amount of negative ions you have in a substance or a solution, the higher the alkalinity is. Okay, as with the acidity, the lower the number. So 1 is a lot of acid, 6 is less. So it kind of goes on the outward. So that's where the arrows are, where I was pointing to. So you can rewind this video. You can see my little pH scale. Hopefully you guys can see. All right. So it releases or donates a lot of these ions. So what it does is, I don't want to say it softens or waters down, but it has a neutralizing effect when brought together with an alkali. So alkalis, when we think of alkalis, we think of harsh chemicals. I'm going to call alkalis. Alkali decreases the concentration of hydrogen ions. Okay, so decreases. Decreases the concentration of hydrogen ions. You guys, we're talking about water, H2O, oxygen, water, okay? Alkalis combine with positive ions, and what happens is they neutralize or loosen those positive ions. When acids and alkalis are brought together, they neutralize each other. So you have one that increases the concentration of hydrogen ions, and you have one that decreases, takes away. So of course, opposites attract or they neutralize. So if you notice, like with alkaline, when you deal with like products like relaxers, alkalines tend to feel slippery and slimy, whereas acids tend to feel like acidic stuff on the hair tends to feel rough and kind of, I don't know, bitter if you taste them. All right. So your alkaline and alkaline and acidity. So on the pH scale, if I brought my pH scale and you asked me, where do relaxers fall, Kimberly, on that pH scale? Relaxers fall somewhere between 12 and 14. And if you have hair, skin, and nails that are here, you're going over to this side of the pH scale. So you're increasing your alkalinity, and that's more damaging 14 is the highest. 0 is the smallest. For instance, clarifying shampoos have, I'm going to write this down because y'all probably don't know. We use, because we're going to be talking about shampoos, but clarifying shampoos are not for everyday use. When you see that word clarifying, that means that shampoo is probably going to have a higher content of alkaline, okay, a higher content of OH negative alkalinity, and they're going to be more damaging. So they're not for everyday use. Clarifying shampoos, anytime you see that word, that means stripping. That means aggressive, okay? So can you guys guess what the pH of a clarifying shampoo, Cosmos? Let me see. Those of you that are participating, are y'all participating? Yes. Come on, y'all. Guess. Ooh, good guess. Clarifying shampoos have a pH of 9.0 to 10. So when you guys go to the shampoo bowls next time you're in school, and you go get that Clean Maniac hair cleansing cream, and I'm going to slap your little hands because some people don't need that much shampooing and clarification on their hair, especially a color client. All right? Clarifying shampoos have a pH of 9.0 to 10. That's like perm status right there. Perms have that pH. All right? Okay, so y'all got that? So now we're going to talk about a solution because it's important for you guys to know what a mixture is, okay? So a solution is a liquid mixture in which a minor component, which is the solute, is uniformly distributed within the major component. So we're going to write that in a short term. So a liquid mixture in which you're going to learn these two words in which the solute, S-O-L-U-T-E, is uniformly mixed with a solvent. Okay, so you have two things in a mixture, and usually water is going to be added to that. But a solution is a mixture in which the solute is uniformly mixed with a solvent. So the solute is the larger part of that solution. So that could be water, and then you mix it with a solvent or something that combines with it. And sometimes you do this equally, and it is called a solution. There's a lot of solutions that we have in balm and beauty schools. Okay, color, when it's mixed 1-to-1, has a solute and a solvent. The solute is the actual color, solute is the developer and the solvent is the color. So mixed equal parts. Then it activates, and that's another chemistry thing. Okay, a solvent is able to dissolve, if you guys want to know the difference. A solvent is able to dissolve other substances. So it's going to be probably the one with the higher alkaline content. A solute is what it's mixed with, okay? Y'all got that? Good. Am I losing you guys? Okay. Every week. No, do not use clarifying shampoo every week. Your hair will dry out because of the amount of detergents or surfactants in it. It's not good. It's a very, very drying shampoo. It's really used for extracting or stripping off chlorine buildup or medication buildup or something like that. All right. So there are 6 cosmetic classifications. We're going to go over those briefly. But before we do that, we're going to talk about solutions. So this is solutions. There are 3 classes of solutions. Number 1 is a dilute. Number 1. Dilute contains a small quantity of the solute in comparison to the solvent. Okay? So small amount. And larger amount. You guys, solvent. Okay, so an example of a dilute would be tap water, right? So the solvent is actually the water. So that's mostly water. And then the solute is going to be the minerals and the gases that are found in tap water. I don't know if you guys drink tap water. I do, but it has a certainly distinctly different taste from bottled water or filtered water. But when you're thirsty, really doesn't matter. But tap water contains a little bit of minerals that, naturally come from the earth. So if you're a filtered water person, you don't drink tap water. But that would be an example of a dilution or a dilute. Sorry. You could put TION, dilution. And if you guys want to just kind of like, make up your own, if you squeeze a little bit of lemon into water, it's another example. So number 1 is dilution, dilute. Number 2 is going to be a concentration or concentrated. And these are 3 classes. Concentration contains a large quantity of the solute in comparison to the solvent. So large amount. Small amount of solvent. Hopefully y'all can see that. Okay, good. Oh, sorry about that handwriting. Okay, an example would be like a hand soap. Hand soap, most products have water. If you think of the amount of water to the soap, or barbicide, those of you that are cosmetologists and nail techs and you've ever had to mix barbicide, the barbicide is concentrated. So it's 4 ounces to 1 gallon. So that would be a definition of concentrated or a concentration. I should probably put concentrated. All right. Almost done. No, we're not almost done. We're almost done. All right. And then the last one is a saturation or saturated. So that's number 3. Saturated. It's when whatever you mix can't take or dissolve more of the solute than it already holds at a given temperature. So if something is saturated, that means it's only going to take a certain amount of the solute. So an example of that would be like chocolate powder in milk. If you kids like, I don't know if you have the Nestle's chocolate powder, you can only put so much in and it'll stop dissolving, right? The powder. After a while, the powder sits at the bottom or it just turns into chunks. It does not absorb. The powder does not absorb if you put too much. That's an example. So saturated can't take or dissolve more of the solvent. So those are the three types of solutions. Three types of solutions: dilute, dilution, concentration, and saturated. Or dilute, concentrated, saturated. Number 3. Oh, we had a creeper. Ooh, okay. Gotta learn. All right. So everybody got that? Let's move on. Hopefully you guys are learning. The next one is going to be your suspensions. You guys, give me a definition of suspension. Cosmos products. Pillow-proof blowout, pillow-proof primer, the pink bottle. It's an oil and a water together. That is an example of a suspension. It's a mixture of 2 or more kinds of molecules that separate when standing. Okay, so we're just going to write 2 or more molecules. Let's put a mixture. Two or more molecules that separate. You can actually see it when standing, so you have to shake them before use. Oil and water is an example. Okay, that's a suspension. We have a lot of products, a lot of skincare products. If they have any Esties in the house or nail techs in the house, skincare products can be suspensions. You just want to make sure you shake those before you use them. Okay. Next one is an emulsion. An emulsion is when 2 or more immiscible substances are united with the help of a binder. So this is when 2 substances they wouldn't normally be able to be mixed together are mixed together, and that creates an emulsion. So it's a creamier, thicker. So we're just going to put formed when 2 or more immiscible substances are united. I'm doing numbers today. When 2 or more immiscible. Immiscible means immixable. Okay, it's just a fancy word. Yeah, let's see. And the binder is usually like a gum-like substance, something sticky. So most emulsions have a heavier weight. The viscosity is a lot creamier, or emulsions usually are in styling and conditioners, just depending on what the hair needs are. For emulsions, for skincare, you'll have usually someone with maybe drier skin needing something like that. I don't know what kind of product would qualify as an emulsion, but I'm sure you guys have those. All right, the next one is an ointment. Oh, my marker's running out. You guys know what an ointment is, right? Mixture of organic substance and a medicinal agent found in a semi-solid form. So we're going to say organic substance mixed with a medicinal agent. Medicinal means medicine. Probably has antibiotic properties. Let's see, medicinal. An example of an ointment would be Neosporin. That's a good example of an ointment. I love Neosporin. It's got pain relief properties, some of the Neosporins. It also has antibiotic properties as well. So, and this is going to be in a semi-solid form. So if you want to put semi-solid, it's not going to be liquid. It's going to be thick. Right? The next one is soaps. Now that I have my brand new marker, I'm going to write soaps. Soaps are mixtures of fats and oils converted to what we need to clean our bodies. So we're just going to put soaps. It's a mixture of fats and oils. Okay, and it's purified by heat. It's got a little bit of everything in it. Some has fragrance. Some people prefer soaps, like a bar soap, as opposed to like a body wash. I don't know if you guys or some of you are old enough, but once upon a time, that's all we had. All right. Ooh, okay. Next one is powders. You guys have to think of cosmetics too when you're thinking of pH. Powders are found in blush, facial cosmetics. It's an equal mixture of inorganic and organic substances that do not dissolve in water. So a mixture of organic that's water. Okay. Have you ever tried to put talcum powder in water? Notice how it stays on top? That's why when you're wearing makeup or blush or eyeshadows, you have to use some kind of surfactant to dissolve that because water alone doesn't remove it. Tiger Balm. Tiger Balm. Aubrey, pay attention and write your notes. Actually, Tiger Balm is really good if you have achy joints and pain and stuff like that. Okay. Then we have, that's it. Now we're going to talk about shampoo. We talked about the pH of clarifying shampoos. I'm not going to write a whole list of we have a lot of shampoos, okay? Shampoos are a liquid preparation containing a detergent or soap for washing the hair. So I'm going to write that definition. And I want you guys to tell me what liquid preparation means, because that was the definition I got. Preparation. That's an interesting word. Containing or soap. All right. I have sensitive skin and I use it. Okay. The smell of Tiger Balm. All right. So tell me, you guys, what kind of shampoos and conditioners or shampoos do you guys use? Why do you use shampoos? Why is there a need for it? Shampoo is the definition of liquid preparation containing detergent or soap for washing the hair. Okay. I hope you guys are taking notes because you know Wendy's going to give you a bunch of worksheets over this. So you're going to be able to tell me what kind of shampoos, what's the difference between a rinse, the type of rinses. So there's many, many types of shampoos. A lot of them contain alkaline because they have to remove dirt. But one thing that you have to know about shampoos are there are certain types of shampoos. The surfactants that are in them are different. A surfactant is basically a cleansing agent that's the detergent that removes oil and dirt from the hair. There are two types of surfactants. There's lipophilic. And lipo, if you want to think of liposuction fat, these are grease-loving molecules. So these are oil-loving. Okay, they're attracted to oil. And then you have hydrophilic. And these can be your shampoos too. Hydro means water. Okay, these are water-loving. Now, the interesting thing about the lipophilic and the hydrophilic is lipophilic loves oil. It's attached to oil, but hates water. It repels from water. Okay? Hydrophilic hates grease, is repelled from oil, and loves the water. So you have to have at least a component of each one for certain shampoos and conditioners. Certain shampoos or rinses are going to be more hydrophilic, water-loving. And so what that means is they're not going to remove a lot of oil when you shampoo. They're going to be a little bit gentler, less aggressive, probably with a lower pH. Okay, so lipophilic, hydrophilic. Lipo oil, hydro water. So that's how your shampoos and conditioner works. And some shampoos are strictly lipo. I mean, they really, really love oil. So you have to think which one is going to lather more, which one is going to remove more oil and debris from the hair. All right. So we're going to talk about the types of shampoos really quickly. There's so many different types of shampoos. You guys have to know which ones to use. I'm going to talk about just a few. You have your all-purpose, and you guys know, Cosmos know which one that is. We use a Banditeer one, which is just for like haircuts, and all-purpose shampoo. Usually all-purpose shampoos have a lower pH. So they're going to be about 3.5 to 5. Okay, so they're going to have an acidity to them, and they're going to bring the hair's pH down. And then you have your pH balanced shampoos. Whenever you see the pH balance, that means that that shampoo is going to have the same pH of nails, skin, and hair. It's going to mimic the pH of what natural hair feels like. So a pH balanced shampoo is good if you've been lightening your hair and you need to bring that pH back down. Another type of shampoo that you guys are going to be using a lot, and I've seen a lot more young people with conditions for the scalp, is a medicated shampoo. Okay, medicated shampoos are ionioxin. Some salons use Power Plus. Tea Tree is a good medicinal shampoo. Your medicated shampoos, though, are going to have a higher pH. The pH of a medicated shampoo is going to be between 6.5 and 8.6. So these are not going to be good shampoos for your color clients. So even if your color client says, well, my scalp is a little itchy, they have medicated shampoos that are color preserving. So make sure you check that out. But I wouldn't use a nioxin shampoo on someone with color. All right. Another shampoo is your clarifying. We use a lot of these. That's going to be our Clean Maniac Redken hair cleansing cream. Remember, we talked about clarifying shampoos. You guys know that they have a very high pH of 9.0 to 10. And that's because they have to have a more aggressive alkalinity to them in order to strip or remove debris. Okay, another one we use is a protein. That's going to be South School. Y'all know that's the extreme line. That's our protein, our strengthening, usually marketed as a strengthening shampoo. Usually these have a pH of 5.0 to 5.5. Usually contain some sort of protein that strengthens the hair. Then we have our color shampoos, or our color extend. Color shampoos. Can you guys guess the pH of a color shampoo? Sure you can. It's going to have a low pH. Let me see what y'all say. Color shampoos, Redken. Oh, yes, they are. What do you think is the pH of color shampoos, students? Give it a go. Yes. Ooh, Carmen Pacheco. Serena Tajarina. 3 to 4. McD says 3 to 4. Okay. Color shampoos. Remember, they have to be what's going to be closest to hair. So color shampoos, some of them have a pH of 3.0, just depending if they're depositing color, to 5.0. So they have to be on the acidity side. Most color shampoos, though, have a little bit more alkalinity in them now because they have to cleanse the hair and get all of that dirt and debris. All right, I'm going to erase. The next one is a neutralizing shampoo. Neutralizing shampoos are used to restore pH after a chemical service. Neutralizing shampoos, 4.5 to 5.5, sometimes lower. Sometimes, if you don't have a neutralizing shampoo, you can use lemon and vinegar. That'll bring that pH right on down. All right. And then another one is for thinning hair. We have so many different shampoos. Anti-dandruff. That would fall probably in the medicated. Anti-dandruff shampoos, because of the amount of surfactants that are needed, they can be either really low. They can be from 3.5 to 9.0, depending on the severity of whatever scalp condition. Right? So that's just a little bit of shampoo history. Make sure that when you're using shampoos that you're using the correct shampoos for each service. If someone gets a balayage or a bleaching service, they're going to need something to lower the pH because bleach has a pH of between like 10 and 13. So that's going to need to be neutralized or normalized. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about rinses. A lot of you think, oh, rinses are old school. No, we still use them. They're just called porosity control and different little things now. So your rinses affect mostly the surface of the hair. We used to use fancy for like a weekly rinse. They're applied and then rinsed immediately or left in the hair, depending on what kind you use. And they leave a coating that surrounds each strand. So I'm going to put leaves a coating. Ladies used to call it a color rinse, what we used to call it, but it doesn't necessarily have to have color in it. What it is it's just kind of a conditioning treatment for the hair. And the reason why it works so well is because if the hair is damaged, you actually need, you actually need that coating that this leaves behind. And sometimes we call these conditioning treatments or couture conditioners. I don't know. They're called rinses. And what they do is they actually help repair the integrity of distressed hair. And sometimes they contain a tint, sometimes they don't. The next one is vinegar and lemon. These are types of rinses. So have enough room to write vinegar. Let me erase this. Hopefully you guys wrote it down. And this is kind of like an old school. Some of you may want to try this. This is the first type of rinse. And I know you're going, what? Vinegar and lemon? Let me tell you something. If you're ever in a pinch, you need that hair's pH to come down, this is going to save your life. Okay? Vinegar and lemon is also known as an acid rinse. An acid rinse, they have a very low pH, and they're designed to dissolve soap scum or residue that's left on the hair. So I'm going to put low pH. And then if you want to put in parentheses, the pH of lemon and vinegar is 2.0 to 3.0. That's very, very low. All right. And so that brings the alkalinity that's left in the hair down. So it's used to dissolve soap scum. because of the acidity of your lemon and your vinegar, it strips away subscum. And subscum is that buildup that you get from a cheap shampoo, maybe washing your hair with something less than shampoo, like bar soap. All right. We used to use acid rinses to counteract, like when we did bleaching. It would be, it wouldn't be a vinegar and lemon, like we didn't have vinegar and lemon, but we had an acid rinse that lowered the pH. Right. Vinegar, lemon, and cream and medicated rinses. Yes. Yep. Pantene buildup. Oh, yes, Vicki. If you use cheap shampoo, if you notice how over time a cheap shampoo will actually cause a buildup. It'll actually cause like a coating of something on your hair. And so what we did was we took the lemon to strip it off, so your hair felt like hair again. Now a lot of people, that's a little secret I just gave you. Okay, the next one is a cream rinse. Creme Rinse. Okay, a cream rinse is a creamy, kind of a conditioning treatment. So it's creamy in appearance and adheres to the hair shaft. This is very good for detangling. So you would leave it in your hair and then you'd comb the hair, make the hair soft and manageable. Again, this is the technical term. It is a conditioner. It's called a cream rinse. So it adheres to the hair and it leaves the hair soft, easier to comb through if it's tangled. It is slightly acidic, okay? So it has a little bit of acidity in a cream rinse. So it's going to be lower on the pH scale. Again, it's going to bring that pH down. A lot of people, old school people, will say, oh yeah, I need a cream rinse. Do you guys do cream rinses? This is what they're talking about, a conditioning treatment. But a conditioning treatment. We're almost done, you guys. Ooh, you can hurry up. And then the last one, I got two more, is a conditioner. Conditioners, you guys know what they do. What do? They penetrate deep into the hair. They repair, they give the hair what it needs. If the hair needs moisture, you can add heat. Conditioners restore elasticity. If you keep them in the hair for a specific amount of time, sometimes they work a little bit better. If you use heat, it opens the cuticle and allows that conditioner to penetrate even deeper into the hair. That's why we do sometimes 10 or 15 minutes under the dryer with heat. That kind of intensifies it. But these do wash out. When you shampoo your hair, that conditioner is gone. So you do not shampoo your conditioner, you rinse. And then last but not least are your medicated rinses. Medicated rinses are designed to control minor dandruff and scalp conditions. It's minor, used to control minor scalp conditions. So if someone has something that they need to see a dermatologist about, medicated rinses are not necessarily going to help. They might ease the condition a little bit, but they're not going to cure it. So if it's something that is a little bit more aggressive, you want to refer them to a dermatologist, skincare specialist. All right. All righty. Lauren Garbedian, do you pair the medicated rinse with medicated shampoo, or is that too? No, we actually have Nioxin, which is a medicated shampoo and a medicated conditioner. So yes, good question. Very good. Yes, and medicated shampoos are always good for scalp conditions. So if you have a scalp condition that's mild, dandruff, medicated shampoos are good to use, but not every day. You don't want to use them overly too much on your clients, especially your colored clients. All right. Baldwin Beauty Schools, thank you for joining in. Thank you, guys. All right, so it is 5:57, hopefully. Yes, Nioxin is awesome. Yes, Nioxin is awesome. And all of you guys, estheticians, nail techs, cosmos, you can go to any local beauty supply and purchase it for your family. They can't purchase it, but you can purchase it for them. All right. Yes, you're welcome, Julia. You're welcome. I hope I informed you guys a lot. If you want to make your own little pH scale, please feel free to do that. It's going to just get you extra points and extra credit. Let's go ahead and do a final roll call. Give me a lot of little thumbs upsies because I miss you guys. Thank you. You're so welcome. Bye, Aubrey. Bye, Lindy. Bye, Cassandra. Yes. Oh, thank you, Tabitha. Bye, Miles. Yay. So good to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you so much. Yes, Midian, no, you don't turn this particular sheet in, but there will be a worksheet that you'll be required to turn in. So this is just part of your compilation of notes. Just stick this in your book and study it for later or use it for your test if you get one. Bye, Jeremy. Marina Flag. Bye, you guys. Yes. Aw, thank you, Marion. You're sweet. All right, kids. Mama signing off. You're welcome, Brianna Sanchez. I will see you guys soon.